guys, welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are going to build a tiny little medieval Tudor cottage in the woods, and it's especially something that somebody asked for, I would say. So Stealth here, she's also very active on Twitter and follows me there, and yeah, she said that maybe the crazy dog gentleman that I was talking about in the last video, the dog safari park, as a contrary to the crazy cat lady house that I wanted to do. Maybe he's a hermit and lives with lots of crazy dogs, or he's crazy himself, I don't know. But I thought maybe he's a hermit in the woods and lives with wolves, because wolves are basically the ancestors of dogs, aren't they? So I thought that would be really cool. You can create wolves in Cap, how it's called now, so let's create a pet. It's called Cap. I always like that people try to shorten everything. Cap. So yeah, in Cap you can also create, of course, some wolves, and I've already seen a couple of them on the gallery, and I thought, well, this could be actually really cool for gameplay. There are a couple of challenges that are also kind of hermit, back to nature kind of challenges, where you live in the woods and kind of, you know, have to garden the stuff yourself and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, why not build a house exactly for this kind of gameplay? And maybe, yeah, it's also could be maybe for a fairy tale, because at the end it will look really whimsical and kind of magical, in my opinion. Like a, I don't know, like a fairy tale house, cottage, whatever. I really like it how it turned out. So I first wanted to put it into a rock, because I looked in the internet for a hermit's house, or how hermits kind of live. There are still in some cultures, of course, hermits, like real ones that kind of do this for a spiritual, philosophical cleaning, or I don't know, like general lifestyle. And they usually live, of course, deep down in the woods near rocks, because I mean, it makes kind of sense that you can't really build well into a rock or near a mountain. So maybe that's why there are a lot of hermit houses, like in real life, around the world that are kind of into rocks. That was basically what I was thinking, like, oh my god, there are a lot of them that are into, like, built into mountains and all that stuff. So I wanted to do this here too. So I used the outdoor retreat rocks again and kind of formed something that is on a second level, and the ground level is the wolf's den, where the wolves will live. So this hermit is living with the wolves. The wolves are kind of his pets, maybe? And this is why he is the male pendant to the crazy cat lady. I hope it makes sense now. So yeah, so it's a timber framing house again. It looks very German in my opinion, but kind of lots of fairy tale houses are very German, because yeah, Brothers Grimm were German, so lots of fairy tales that we know here in the West are German fairy tales, I guess. So at the end, I also had the idea that you could play with a Red Riding Hood that lives with wolves in the forest, so that would be really cool as well. Yeah, maybe write me in the comments who would live there, but I really think that maybe a Red Riding Hood would be cool as well, so yeah. It's a very tiny cottage. The only thing that was very tricky are all the mountain parts, so that your sim can really get up to the second level on this little plateau and get into the house, of course. I also wanted to have like a back, not yard, but like a little back space where your sim can sit and maybe eat and enjoy the sunshine during the morning or something, like drink the coffee or something like this. And I also wanted to use lots of timber framing, like I said, and of course rocks, because I mean, it's built into a rock, so why shouldn't the hermit or Red Riding Hood use wood that is kind of everywhere in the forest, of course, and rocks, since it's built into a mountain. So that was kind of the only tricky part, to make it look overgrown like a mountain on a mountain. The rest is basically just a timber framing cottage house, which looks really whimsical and, like I said, like in a fairy tale. I really love it. It's super cute. And I myself have built this in Granite Falls so that my Sims can go on a vacation there. Basically, it's my own self-sim that went to a vacation there because he needed it after the 7 dogs incident that I tried on her. Poor girl. And there was, basically just a little wrap up how it all turned out. I tried to play with 7 dogs in The Sims 4 with my Sim self, and she just couldn't handle it. I myself couldn't handle all those dogs. It was super difficult to play with them because they were kind of all over the place. Then all of them got sick and I had poop and vomit and pee everywhere. And nobody was really like happy. So I kind of had to stop that gameplay experiment with me and 7 dogs. So I guess even my sim isn't up to the crazy dog lady thing yet, so maybe I have to wait till I get this done in The Sims, and then maybe I could think about getting a dog in real life again. But yeah, just wanted to give you a little update because it was it went all over the place. I didn't know what to do at the end, so it's basically good that I stick to building more than into gameplay. I think every Let's Play would be like a total fail on my side, but maybe it would also be a little bit, funny to watch or something. So then I went into the interior, and as you can see, I chose the timber framing here as well, and I wanted to try something with the spandrels that came with the Cats and Dogs pack. Basically, these timber framing houses, I know that maybe some don't know them. Here in Germany, they are kind of everywhere, all over the place. And this is basically how they are held together. These timber columns, or just like the framing, is also the statically most important point of the house. So usually also the roofs or the ceiling of a room has these timber framing, logs, whatever, on the ceiling. And I wanted to do this here too in gameplay and try this out with the spandrels because they are kind of, you know, straight and don't have like ornaments and stuff like this on them. And it kind of reminded me of these timber framing frames. It's hard to explain, but yeah. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like, you will see this in the video tour at the end. And finally, the ceiling doesn't look as boring because usually the ceiling is always white in The Sims 4. And finally, you could make it work that they kind of look awesome a little bit awesome. But yeah, I hope that you like them. Of course, there's a bathroom. See, I didn't even cut this one out because it's really tiny. And I've play tested the whole house, of course, as a residential lot and also as a retail. It works really fine. I didn't put anything into the wolf's den except some bowls like for feeding animals. And also, yeah, the whole interior design of the cottage is more medieval, so there are only candles, no television, no electricity. I used the old looking stove and fridge. And also outside, you know, some lanterns, greenery and landscaping and logs and, you know, stuff like this. So it could really be for a fairy tale, medieval gameplay, maybe, if you are into this. I really hope that this style of house inspires you also for your game. Maybe you want to download this, then the download link is of course in the video description down below, as always for you guys. And yeah, that's basically it. It's a really short video. I want to thank Stealth, of course, again for suggesting this house. And if you want to suggest something that will be up in like the next video maybe, then write it in the comments down below and I will see what I can do, of course. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, enjoy the video tour, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!